Hi, I'm Nicole Marie Finch, and you are watching my health and mindset blog. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I am so happy to have you here. So obviously, that means that you take your health and your mindset seriously, and you want to do things to help improve. And I'm all about that. So glad to have you here. Today, I'm going to answer the question of why in the heck is everyone drinking their food? It's food. Why is everyone drinking it? See, because I had this question before and I know I've mentioned my protein shake love previously. And so you might be like, what? That's a weird question for you to ask. Because let me tell you, I'm Italian and I love my food. And when someone first gave the thought of having a protein shake for breakfast, like I'm thinking of those like Slim Fast things or something, and I'm like, that sounds like terrible tasting. I like to actually chew and like crunch on food. I don't want to be like slurping it up and drinking. That just sounds weird. And I was a hard sell. But then I tried it, and I actually quite enjoy it now. I look forward to it. It has lots of really good health benefits, especially when you use it properly and you have good ingredients in it. I make it really into a smoothie. I have a smoothie for breakfast with some protein in it, and it's really, really makes it easy for me to start my day. So let me share some pros of having a protein shake, what to look out for when choosing the ingredients, how to use it, and hopefully that will help answer this question, why is everyone drinking their food? It may or may not be an answer for you, but at least you'll know why the heck everyone else is drinking their food. Because if you were like me, I'm like, what? No, that's wrong. But hear me out, okay? So first of all, it's easy to make and great for on the go. That sounds great because I have, again, like I said, I have it for breakfast. I need something that's quick and easy, and I can eat it and drink it, whatever you want to call it, while I'm doing my thing. So that's great. It's actually easier for your body to digest since it's essentially like pre-digested in a way because it's liquid. And since most meals that we eat are bigger than our stomach, which as I mentioned before, our stomach is the size of our stomach, so we really should try to eat portions of meals that are not bigger than the size of our stomach. And so since we often don't follow that rule, it's good to have a shake that's already pre-digested, so it's really going to help give our stomachs some breathing room. The other thing too is it can provide some of those essential vitamins and minerals that we're not really getting from our normal diet. So they're called essential because our bodies need them to function properly. But unfortunately, in the diet that we have here, at least here in the States, we're not really getting all of those vitamins and minerals. We're not eating enough of the right things. We're not having access enough to the right things to be able to take those in. So if you get the right kind of protein powder, it can be really helpful to make sure you're getting those in your diet. So that way, you know, your body's going to be able to have that, and it makes it easy because it's just one and done. Boom, right there in the shake in the morning. Get it out of the way. What to look out for. So when picking a protein powder, check the ingredients. Because there's lots of different kinds you can get in the stores and all over the place, but you really want to avoid certain things. Like, for instance, whey, which is a common protein that's used, but it's actually a dairy product, so it can cause bloating, inflammation in many people. I also recommend avoiding soy, another common protein used, because it's often genetically modified. I mean, it's really hard to find a non-GMO soy. You might even say it, but with all the cross-contamination, same thing with corn. Like, I just can't imagine that it's truly non-GMO. Also some mold issues that accompany soy as well. So it's not a very clean bean. So I tried to avoid those sources of protein. Same thing with animal protein. It's hard for us to, in that that kind of powdered substance, to ingest it the same way as if we're having like a steak. So those are some things to keep in mind. Sugar. What are they using for sugar? Is it artificial? Do they have anything artificial in there? Any kind of colors? And that stuff should be avoided. From sugar, you know, cane, there probably is going to be sugar in it because it's like, yeah, try to make it, you know, taste somewhat decent, right? So cane sugar is preferred. Organic cane sugar is even better. But also check for the grams of sugar, because you want to make sure that there's enough grams of sugar, enough grams of protein for the grams of sugar that are in there. So hopefully it should go without saying that there should not be more grams of sugar than there are grams of protein. So check that out, because you want to make sure that that's not like being pumped full of sugar, because you really want to make sure you're getting the good proteins and fibers from it. They may or may not have fiber in it, but you really want to make sure that It's probably going to have some level of sugar, but make sure that the ratio, I think the ratio of the one I have is 20 milligrams of protein and 9 grams of sugar. So you can kind of see that relationship there. The other thing is avoid any kind of synthetics. So I mentioned artificial colors, any kind of artificial flavors, preservatives, sugars, starches. At least try to limit anything like that in your protein shake. So those are the kind of things to look out for. Now, here's how to use them, or how they're beneficial to really use in your day. First of all, they're meant to supplement a healthy diet. They are not the diet, okay? Because there are still some level of processing to them. So it's not really meant to replace a healthy diet, but you can use it to replace a couple of meals, maybe 1 or 2 meals throughout your day, making sure you're still eating healthy snacks of real food and a nice clean meal. So again, it's a supplement. It's a way to get some of those minerals and nutrients, but you still want to be eating like the real deal, okay? I like having my shake in the morning, as I mentioned, because I'm like running around and getting ready, starting my day, so it's just easiest for me. Having it for dinner is actually another really great way, because as I mentioned before, your body digests all night long. I think I've mentioned this on this blog, overnight. So it takes, most of its digestion is done overnight while you're fasting and you're sleeping and cuddling up in bed. And so if you have this for dinner, a shake for dinner, it's already kind of pre-digested, it really helps your body to start getting that process going a lot more easily, and start working on the other things you've been eating all day. And so it makes it a little bit better. You'll wake up in the morning feeling a bit less, you'll feel even more refreshed and ready to go. So that's actually a really good time. I personally, sometimes if I'm really in a pinch, it's really great if you're like busy running around. I personally like to have it in the morning. Sometimes I will have it at night if I'm having one of those days, or I don't have anything in the house and I'm like, I didn't go grocery shopping. Guess what? We're having a shake. And I usually like to make it with strawberries, or I usually get like frozen because it's easier. That way I don't have to worry about things going bad. But I have like frozen strawberries, or my husband likes to throw in blueberries, and not even kind of fruit. You can throw in some spinach, get some greens. I mean, you can make like a real deal smoothie out of it. I usually use cashew milk. I prefer that. Sometimes, like this guy, the dairy can cause bloating and inflammation. So I usually recommend at least for a shake, to try to do something different, like almond milk or cashew milk. Cashew milk I found work better for me. Almonds can sometimes cause issues with people as well as far as bloating, so I've started to use more cashew milk just to give it a little bit of a creaminess and mix it with some water. It's really, really great. The other really important thing to know about shakes is you should drink them slowly. It's not like how they advertise those slim fast shakes where you're just supposed to like chug it down. You really should still take 15 to 20 minutes to be able to drink it up. So you should still just kind of carry it around with you and drink it, and make sure you take your time, because you still don't want to overload, your stomach or anything like that. So still take the normal amount of time, which should hopefully be 15 to 20 minutes to eat a normal meal. Some of us eat probably way too fast. It's a whole other blog post, but make sure you follow those same rules for the protein shake. So now, one thing I do want to talk about in the realm of drinking your food are juice cleanses. So this is kind of a trendy, fun thing. I'm sure there's all different kinds of theories out there, and someone may not like what I'm about to say, but I don't really typically recommend juice cleanses. So, if you do one, make sure you're getting the skin of the fruit or the veggie, because that's where the healthy fiber is. So if you're juicing and not getting that, not using the actual skin, you're just getting the sugar and you're not getting that fiber, and so your blood sugar is gonna go woo, and then it's gonna go meh, and you're gonna get hangry, and you're already on a juice cleanse, so how much more hangry can you really get, right? So just make sure, that's one thing I would say. But the problem is, I don't necessarily recommend these because it's not sustainable. Your body doesn't need to detox in a week or whatever you're doing time frame. It puts your body in a starvation mode because you're not necessarily eating enough, with just having everything as in juices. You're not necessarily getting all the nutrients in your body that you need. I mentioned before, it's really about variety. You want to have a lot of different kinds of food, and you're kind of limited in some ways when you're doing a juice cleanse. So it's not always a healthy way to lose weight, and it can be really tough when you do go back to regular eating, that you may find that you bounce back even more than you were before the cleanse, because you just kind of go, your body is like, it thinks it's in starvation mode. Now it's finding food and it's like, oh my gosh, shoveling it in. So it's not really necessarily sustainable. And also, healthy eating should be way more fun, and it should be sustainable, okay? As I mentioned, you don't necessarily need to do a juice cleanse to detox. Your body's naturally detoxifying, and you can help that process along by eating, clean, which is basically just, when I think heard the word clean, I just think minimally processed meals and smaller portions. And that can, be able to help still kind of have the same effect. And it's way more fun than having to do a cleanse. I don't know if I've ever seen a person do a cleanse who's like, I love it. You might be out there, and if you're watching this and you're like, listen, lady, I love my juice cleanses. I do them once a month. I do them all the time. That's all I have, and it works for me. Everyone's different, like I said before. So maybe that does work for you, and that's really, really great. But I would say there's other ways that for a lot of us, that we can get the same results and have more fun and be more healthy about it and more nutritionally savvy for what our bodies need without having to go to such an extreme that doesn't sound at all fun to me. So maybe I'm just biased, but who knows? Anyways, so that's what I have to share for today. Hopefully I helped answer your questions, maybe piqued your interest. Maybe you'll try it out. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any experiences to share, please comment below so we all can learn. This is a great time for us all to learn here. And remember, life is chaos, so we just have to have fun with it.